All right, we are live. So, just recently, Bob Levy had Vince the Midget on. I watched it. Uh, this is the part where they're talking about why Bob left and the whole ESO thing and all that good shit. So let's just get right on into it. Oh,
Send his lawyers this clip.
link to doom down in the doobly doo.
Penis wrinkle.
So we haven't spoken since you left TSN, and I'm not here to get some inside information, but you have been doing pretty well.
That's exactly why Vince is here, and nobody has any illusions to the contrary.
Financially on your own.
Yes, Levy coin has been taken off. Yes. Shut up out there. Okay, what were you saying?
So, chances on that, Bob doing that on purpose just to fuck with Vince. This is two people fucking with each other. This is why I like it, because Vince thinks he's talking to John, but Bob knows exactly what's going
tells you
on.
to stop yapping. Have you been making more or less now that you're on your own?
Well, I do comedy now, so I make a lot more. But I'm saying here, I make more than I made on any other show.
So were you making over under 3,000 at the Shuli Network?
Now that's an insult.
More than 3,000?
Yeah. People even know what I made. I don't even know how to.
Oh, you said it before. I don't really watch the show that much.
It's like $5,000.
So how much were you making over there then?
5,000.
That's pretty good. I mean, you're
Full disclosure, I already watched it. Sorry. I mean, I knew it was $5,000, or somebody said it was $5,000 at some point. I remember, which is great for what Bob had to do. But anyway,
you're giving indicators of deception, but 5,000 would be good.
Giving indicators of deception. Fuck you, Vince.
Much. So how much were you making over there then?
5,000.
That's pretty good. I mean, you're giving indicators.
That's really good. Well, after taxes and stuff like that, maybe closer to 3, kind of depending on where he's at and the where's what tax bracket he's in. May or may not be good. I don't know how much he makes for gigs. I mean, I'd do it. Shit, I'd do it out of goddamn heartbeat.
Indicators of deception, but 5,000 would be good.
5,000. I can show you receipts.
So the last month he said we're gonna cut it down to 2,500.
3,000. That's 60%. Do your fucking math.
I'd still do it. To be honest, that would be great for me. I would love that. I don't expect anybody to give me any money at all to do a show right now. I would feel bad if I was even monetized and I got money for this, whatever this is. But here we go.
I thought it was 50%, so it was 60% cut.
60%.
So the rumor is, Bob, that you have some big.
And I need to adjust my camera. I need to put it, because here's my keyboard. Here's my mouse. Right, that's what I'm doing here. This is the arms of my chair. I think I need to go higher with the camera and in closer.
Big information on TSN. Last night when we were texting everybody, Shuli came up with this theory.
We were texting everybody. You mean when Vince was fucking annoying the shit out of everybody with all his texts?
Phil Russo perpetuated.
Okay.
That somehow on Father's Day in July of last year, John Edward knew that Isolino was arrested. And these guys spent about 5.
Sorry, the planet is over there. It's supposed to be behind me. It was behind me when I started, but it's just moving around. We're just orbiting around. Maybe it'll get back behind me at some point. I don't know, man. I'm in a lobby called Alright, this is in VR chat, obviously. Well, if you don't know, this is VR chat. This is my avatar. In a room called the Treehouse, which has all these backgrounds, all these well, not backgrounds, all these environments that you can have. Right now, this one is in space, and I'm orbiting a planet, or a planet's orbiting me. And this is when it started, it was behind me. Now it's in front of me. So maybe we'll eventually get it back around behind me. I don't know. It's not that great of a plan. It's kind of low res, like whatever. It seemed cool.
5 to 10 minutes bragging. And
Last night?
last night, John Edward knew that Isolino was arrested. And these guys spent about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is fucking hilarious. They're totally just fucking with John. All right. This is them totally coming up with something that John would freak out about, that John would have to comment on. These are them messing with John. And of course, Vinny knows, or Vince. I don't want to say Vinny. I like Vinny Paulino. Vinny Paulino's great. Vinny Winnie. Vince, nah, I don't even know if I'd ever have him on a show. Once again, I don't know why anybody would come on my show, or I would be on a show, maybe eventually, but I wouldn't even have Vince on.
Bragging. And
Last night?
last night.
Wow.
And I couldn't understand what they were trying to prove.
John's a gullible asshole who's going to do in his next cameo. Is going to like shoehorn his reply to it into his next cameo.
No. Okay, wait a minute. Thanks for the support, Bob and Vince. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's because maybe John was blackballing him or something like that. I forget the storyline. Let me go back to the page. I know it was
See,
like
this is where I love, like, Bob's just fucking with him.
okay. What month was that?
July of 2022. The issue is they're claiming that somehow someone from TS
Water. What did Vince say?
Back to the page. I know it was like okay. What month was that?
July of 2022. The
Great.
issue is they're
Fucking
claiming
Bob.
that somehow someone from TSN leaked information to John and to me and to Muttering Jay. And in that information was the fact that Isolino was arrested.
Okay.
But I can't understand why that would be big news. Let's just say everything that Phil Russo came up with and Shuli is true. Who the fuck cares?
There's something coming up. Something's coming up. Wait, what is it? Oh. It's the star. It's the sun. All right, I'll stop talking about the VR.
Phil Russo came up with and Shuli is true. Who the fuck cares?
John.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it
John,
has
that was
nothing
the
to do.
point.
He's
That's
not
why it's
there,
funny.
But no, I don't believe any of that. Is that your alarm clock? You know?
What happened was someone notified Shuli that the wife or someone made a post or some relation to the Isolino being arrested was posted on Facebook. That's how Shuli first allegedly got the information.
Oh.
Now, the real issue is, and Shuli's got to understand this, the only people that really are culpable are Isolino and anyone that knew about it before he was arrested. He was arrested, we know, in May of 2023, which is a year and a half before these brilliant geniuses over there at TSN are trying to pin this on John. They're saying John knew in July of 2024. Who gives a fuck? Shuli should have known, given all the red flags, that there was a potential, but I have no evidence.
Given all the red flags, I just love this fucking Vince. There was no red flags. There's some dude that fucking Shuli met online, hung out with online. I think met once at DabbleCon or whatever. Fucking
To
Vince.
say that Shuli knew
I don't think he
specifically.
knew. I really don't think he knew because
Why would he
I don't
know?
either. I don't
I
think he
seen the
knew.
reaction of before, not the show that he did. I seen a reaction of like when we kind of found out, you know, and you could see it fucking hurt. It's like you don't know You know, you don't know. You think you know people. That's the whole fucking thing. And it's like,
Exactly.
he should have been. If he would have, if anybody would have known, we could have at least slapped the shit out of him or something. There, you know what I mean? You don't want to be hanging around with a person like that.
Well, what
It's
exactly did
disgusting.
they tell you on that day then?
That he will not be coming back to school. And no, that's what it is. They found all these things, like 6,000 fucking things and all this shit, and he had it on some kind of fucking however they save shit, on like a mini or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck the word is called. He had them on these things, on this, on that.
Probably
fucking
thumb drive or
crazy,
whatever.
man.
Whatever.
I mean, we all
that's
know that, but specifically they
I
told
don't know. I
you
don't
that
even know why I decided to comment. Like, how would I store all my CP? Well, I wouldn't. I don't have any. Probably the same place I store all my pictures. On my Google Drive.
he admitted to it on that day.
That he got arrested for it, or he got caught with it on. That's what I remember, something like that.
Yeah, he
And
was like
that's what was
caught
shocking.
and arrested.
What
It's like,
I've heard, and I can't qualify this, I can't say it definitively, that Shuli knew that he was arrested, but Shuli was told by Isolino that his wife was making the shit up. And Shuli, being his friend, believed it. And then eventually Isolino admitted to it in court. And that's when Shuli went on and did the video, which I have no problem with. And I have no information to substantiate that Shuli knew that the guy that he was hanging out with
Exactly.
was
Silent
actually
shape.
into child porn.
yeah, I definitely don't think he knew. It seemed like he knew when he found out, and it was like right before a show, and it was not like
That was right
it was
after
like
a show.
I think it was a Sunday night show or a Monday night show, but it was fucking brutal. If
All
it
right.
wasn't
Was your
for-
agreement, Bob, that you were going to get paid $5,000 every month, regardless of how they were doing?
exactly,
That's a
it
sweet
was
deal.
nothing different than that. There was nothing different than
A set amount every month.
a set a month. I wanted 7,000, and he goes, I just can't do that.
Right.
And we had
They
to
couldn't
talk.
afford 7.
And I
Boy
was like,
Spider.
fine, this is when you're gonna work. You're off Saturdays and whatever. Yeah. I was like, I'm not fucking doing this for
Well,
it's
you're not
30
making
some-
sense. So did you ask for an increase
See, this is where just keep going. We have like 10
and
minutes
then
left. So
they decreased your hours?
Well, yeah, I made $5,000 without the Saturday. I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. That's all I was supposed to be scheduled for.
Okay. And just specific
and then
to the
Rico
time
came
when they said
along.
we're not going to pay you $5,000 this month, we're going to pay you $3,000. Was that something that you knew ahead of time, or did they spring it
A little
upon
bit
you when it was
ahead of
time to get
time,
paid?
but I thought we were going to get cut, but I didn't think it was going to be like that. But it's not our fault. You know what I mean? It's not when you're in charge, you're the boss. You know how many times I pay people when things go fucking wrong? That's what I do.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, Bob. Did you have an agreement where you're
But that's different with like a live show. What I mean by a live show is like if you have a bunch of comics up and you're doing a show with all your comic friends and everything like that, and things don't go right, it's probably a good idea to pay them. But this is just an online show. I doubt they had any kind of real contract agreements or anything like that. As a handshake agreement that you get paid this much. I mean, shit, he didn't even have to, be there. It was like it's not like you're, contractually obligated to do the show every day. So money got light, which it always does, and it actually always does towards the December, January, or late in the year. Money always gets light for everybody because Christmas.
your salary could potentially vary based upon how you do the
No,
previous month?
No, absolutely never.
So in reality, Bob, he should have at least
Which is a pretty
took the
sweet
money
deal.
out of his pocket to pay you what you
I've
agreed
done it
to.
many times.
And
That's
we
what
all, Bob, I do it every other week. When
Yeah,
if
it's
I have
like-
to meet payroll, if I can't meet it,
Oh me, motherfucker.
It's not
no, I
payroll.
get
It's
that.
But this is just a stupid internet show that they do on TSN. There's no contractual obligations for anything. They're not contracted to be there. They're not contracted to get paid. They're not contracted for anything. As far as I know, maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they might have something. I don't know. I mean, Shuli has been doing this for a long time. Maybe there's something. I don't know. I have no idea. I always just thought it's just a stupid internet show. You don't have to be there. You don't have to get paid. You know, I mean, Shuli paid him. I mean, look at fucking Brennan. Okay. Apparently, that's how you open the menu. What is this? Oh, whatever. I have all kinds of icons all over my hands and everything that let me do stuff, and it's like, I just want to sit here. Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that that was the case because I didn't know, I didn't talk to you about it. So basically, he could have taken money out of his own assets and paid you, but he didn't. He just said to you, "I'm just going to pay you less."
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pay you 2,000. I go, that's a lot. You know, that is a lot. That is you know, that's almost half. You know, it's more than
Even if it's $5 less, Bob, it's not what you guys agreed to. And
Yeah.
in that situation, as
This
an
isn't a business
employer,
anyway. This is just fucking a bunch
But
of
it's not.
fucking goof heads that fucking got lucky to be able to make money doing this bullshit. Jesus fucking Christ,
That's exactly
man.
it.
I fucking got lucky.
as
This
an
isn't a business
employer,
anyway. This is just fucking a bunch of fucking goof heads that fucking got lucky to be able to make money doing this bullshit. Jesus
Exactly.
fucking Christ, man.
It's
I
not a
could
business.
have sold fireworks and made as much money. What are you fucking talking about?
really, I mean, I think paying you $5,000 a month from where Shuli came, because I saw the beginning, is tremendous.
Yeah, for how many 30 shows a week? Let's go to the math, motherfucker. It's under fucking 200,
Fucking
motherfucker. Come
sometimes seem
on.
like
It's
it.
like
How
who's
much do you
doing
think
who a
Zen was
fucking
getting paid then,
favor?
Bob?
They're bringing in 35,000 a month. You know what I mean?
I don't think they're bringing
Well,
it. Well, they might be.
that's the issue. How much do you think Zen is getting paid a month?
I hope a lot. I wish a lot more.
Not that you
now
wish,
that
though. If you
I'm
had a guess, though, while you were there, how much you think he was making?
1,000 a month, 15.
I would say 1,000 a
Yeah.
month, maybe 50.
I'd
But
say
again, I'm
Zen's
not
probably
criticizing
making more
Shuli
than
here.
that.
I'm actually proud of him that he got to that point.
They got
But that's also pretty good just for, 2 hours a day or 2, 3 hours. Well, they just had a 4-hour stream, but, a few hours a day. Your whole day's open for doing gigs, doing your, practicing for your special. Shit, I'd do it for $1,000 a month. Well, no, I wouldn't, because I'd have to keep my job. I don't have the extra, $4,000 a month that I'd need to make up.
a cut out of my they definitely got a cut out of my DabbleCon money because I got yacked off.
Yeah, you keep complaining about that.
All
So,
about that. I'm gonna talk to
but Bob,
Carl
what
about
was the
that today
agreement?
at 2:00.
What was the agreement before going into DabbleCon with regard to
I was
sharing
in
the
charge of the
actual?
money. I was in charge of
I doubt
our
that.
money with Carl, and that's it. And that
There were
me
two
and
sources of money, Bob. There was the pay-per-view, and then there was the
and the
obviously
tickets.
the
And
tickets.
the pay-per-view was 30,000 minus 30%. And then that was split between two groups. Okay.
So 20,000 approximately split between the nerds and you guys. Well, Shuli's group and Carl's group.
Yeah, it's more like if you're looking at 30%, you're looking at
Hey,
12.
let's listen to
21,000. So
Bob
just say
do math.
20,000. If you split 10,000 each, Bob, how much did you expect to get out of that?
And then there was already everybody was already paid with the thing from the ticket sales.
No, just stick to your first
You're
argument.
looking at $20-something thousand each side, motherfucker.
Not each side in total.
Nah.
Well, you did get paid, and then you got a little bit extra for the
Oops,
pay per
excuse me.
view.
Forgot to hit the.
Oh wow. I made $2,500 the year before on just ticket sales.
Yeah, but I didn't know what the hell.
Wow.
I didn't know what was shtick and what was real. But Bob, I think each group got 10,000 from that pay per view after they paid Moonhead. Oh, so that's cool. So they said Bob's in charge of the money, but then once they realized they got 30 grand in pay per view, all of a sudden Bob wasn't in charge of that.
Mm-hmm.
Bob's falling.
Yes or
Bob's
no?
falling into Vince.
Carl was told why. That in charge because Julie was not happy with me.
Bob's listening to Vince.
Going out to lunch with my wife and not with the family that we didn't even know about. Let's get.
I don't think
Let's
Shuli.
drop the fucking bomb. How about we do that?
So they're saying, do you actually have some big information about
No.
TSN?
No, he doesn't.
Dude, look at me and tell me if you think I do.
No, I don't know. I don't know if you made that claim or not. I
Exactly.
read
I
I
don't
read
want
it.
anyone to think they know or not know. Okay, but
He
I
doesn't.
can change lives.
You can,
I can absolutely.
but why? But why would you try and
Why
do
would I
something
do
like?
that? Exactly. Why would I
Uh,
do that? I'm not that guy, Vince. I'm not the scumbag everyone else is. Okay, I'm not. That's
y-
why I won't.
yeah, and I'm telling you, I don't even know what it is, but I'm saying, why would you even threaten that or do that?
Because I like having fun. You
All right,
know
well,
what I
what is
mean?
it? All
Everybody
right,
else
you tell
can have
me, and
fun.
I'll
I
let you know
can't
if you
have
should.
fun. I can't have fun, motherfucker.
You can have fun, but it's not cool to say, "Oh, I know something that's so detrimental that will change their life for the negative."
No, it's up to people's decision. I don't people, you know what I mean? People don't give a fuck what people. People probably still fans of Izzo in this fucking world.
Well, I'll say this, Bob: the show is not nearly as good as it was when you were there, and
I
their
think it's just
ancillary
good.
shows are really bad. They're trying to do this thing called the train wreckables, reviewing
Trainables. You
training
know what it is.
manuals. This was all done
He knows what it is. I hope Bob doesn't
years
fucking.
ago, and then they're trying to redo it, and it's so bad
That's
that
good.
everyone
It's
tunes out.
fucking
And
hilarious.
there's a 45-minute intro. You know that. That's just annoying, and the way that they incorporate the super chats is just it's not working. And their money is down significantly. They're only made about a couple $100, maybe like $240. We saw then $250 from Uncle Rico. The numbers used to be a lot higher.
Yeah, I don't think that counts gifted in those main things like that. It's different, you know. The
Do you
real
believe that
numbers.
any of the accounts gifted
Here we go.
were fake?
I don't. You can tell if it's not. I mean, I can
How?
tell. You can tell if it adds up. If it adds up, you know.
Did you
Like
ever see those numbers though, Bob?
no, I didn't. But I'm just saying that you can tell. So I wouldn't be able to tell there. I can tell here, but nobody has done that here. So it
Yeah,
goes
and what
through.
you're saying is, Bob, if you want to know if those gifted memberships are real, you go right to the analytics,
Yeah.
and all you have to do is simple math. And
I think
once you
Bob
divide
had
it out,
access
you
to
will
any of
know
that
if you're getting them
on
from Argentina. I say fake, but let's say they're from a
TSN.
country
Okay.
like
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Argentina, right?
Yeah.
So part of that, Bob, seems to me like that if they were having fake super chats and fake memberships, then it makes sense that they didn't have enough money to pay you.
I know they got. You know, I couldn't
What?
use a summer house in Argentina. I mean, everybody can, but no, I don't know. I
Well,
don't know.
Fucking
do you
Bob.
know a secret about anyone at TSN currently that would harm their life?
Is it
No.
me or is Vince
Why
getting a
would I
double
know
chin there?
that?
I don't know one either. I wish I did. And these guys are trying to act like I knew Isolino was arrested and somehow was able to not tell anyone for months.
You would never be able to shut your mouth for a half a second after you found out.
So part of our text messages behind the scenes are that Shuley and Carl somehow teaming up.
Which is wild about, with everything that Vince uncovers about everybody that he didn't find out until Shuley said something.
To prove that I
Don't give out
knew.
too much. Don't give out too
I
much.
won't give up, but that I knew that
Right.
Isolino got arrested. That I
Don't give out
knew.
too much. Don't give out too
I
much.
won't give up, but that I knew that Isolino got arrested. And I told Julie it's irrelevant if I knew, if I was there when he got arrested. It's who was hanging out with Isolino before he got arrested. Only the people that knew him before he got arrested could have prevented future victimization of children. It doesn't matter who knew after he got arrested,
Yeah. Yep.
which took place, Bob, in May of 2023. Do you remember when Isolino stopped working at TSN?
Around that
I couldn't
time.
tell you dates or anything
Not
like
dates,
that.
but what was said to you?
Oh, basically that his wife was being a bitch and that shit, and she was going to leave him unless he got a real job, and he was going to work with his family immediately.
Basically what
He
Shuley
worked for
said.
his family. Right there, he was leaving to work with his family, and that was
And
that.
how about this Isolino Doe email that we're using, even to sign into StreamYard? It didn't raise any red flags that he wasn't even allowed to access that anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
when you look at it now, you're like, why was that name still there? I mean, but then you don't think anything. You didn't think that,
Yeah,
that's
you
what
just
he did. But
that was just
Shuey's
the
best friend in the
show's
world can't
email.
use his cell phone to call him anymore, Bob. Can't access his
I don't
email
know.
anymore. Has to move out of the.
Although honestly, if it was me and I had a show like if this show like takes off, I would, or if I made a show that took off, I would probably change the email over to something that more reflects the show rather than my name. But the shit just came out of nowhere. They just started taking off, and then all of a sudden, Isso's like, "Oh, I can't do the show anymore. Why am I being a bitch?" And that's what I mean. That's the story that Shuli gave. Is it true or not? I don't know. I don't know. Did Shuli know? I don't know. I'm not Shuli. Is it impossible that he didn't know? No, no, no. In fact, it's extremely possible. It's highly likely. This is a guy that he met in person once, played a bunch of video games with over a couple of years, and all of a sudden the guy's like, "My wife won't let me do this anymore. I gotta go. And I can't talk to you anymore." It's like, "Okay, whatever." I mean, I have several people that I used to talk to online all the time that they didn't even say goodbye. It's just all of a sudden, no, I don't see them anymore. They don't log on to Steam, or when they do, I don't even say hi anymore. It's just like, whatever. Shit happens. People move away from each other.
The house, can't communicate, can't work on the show that he started and created. And Shuli didn't ask why.
No.
Pretty good question there, sir.
Why would he?
Because if this is your best friend, and exactly what I told Carl in the text, if Moonhead said to you, "I can never contact you ever again via,"
see, that's Vince and his fucking weasel words. Oh, this is his best friend. Like, no, they were friends. They were good friends. They hung out for a couple of years. Issa helped him make the show. Obviously, he uses his email. But best friend,
my email that I've been using the entire time, my cell phone,
fucking
I can't live in my house. And you're just going to believe somehow that your wife's a bitch? That's it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Dude, there's red flags everywhere. Now, if you're saying Shuli's...
It's the same thing with, why would... I don't know Shuli at all. Never met him. I only know him from the show. No idea what Shuli's like. I wasn't a Howard fan. I didn't watch him back in the day. I've seen some stuff of him. Who knows even that's real? I mean, he seems like a pretty up and up guy. The situation that he's in with this ESO business nothing about it seems odd or strange. It's like I've known people for over a decade. Say I work with them over a decade. Have absolutely no idea. I don't even know where they live. Go to lunch all the time, talk all the time, go to the bar, hang out. No idea where they live. Known them for a decade. And that's in real life. This is a guy that Shuli knew online. But it's Vince. Vince is all his fucking little weasel words.
He's that dumb that he couldn't pick up on it. I'll agree with that because I have no proof that he knew.
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
How are you supposed to pick up on it? Pick up on what?
There was no proof that he knew, and there was no. I seen proof of being shocked when I was told, and just like fucking like, this is fucking crazy. Like, who the fuck, I could tell if someone is full of shit at that moment.
Yeah. I don't think Shuli knew at all, and I have no proof that. I mean, I just don't. And Bob, I got text messages that I authenticated.
He tried pushing Bob into saying something, and then turns around and saying, "Oh no, I don't think he did," even though he's just fucking got through implying that he may have known and was covering up, and now he's saying, "Oh no, I never believed it."
From Isolino telling someone he no longer is working at TSN, and he handed it off to Joe. And then his personal email got transferred over to Joe, Phil Russo.
Yeah, that didn't make sense to me when you look at it.
I mean, looking back in hindsight, I get it, but yeah. And I don't think Shuli knew. I don't think Shuli picked up on any of those.
I think that would be the first thing you get rid of.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Hit the like button.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, fuck you, Doom. Goodbye.
Yeah, keeping the email, I think, was just more out of convenience. I can see it. I mean, these aren't tech guys. I'm a tech guy, obviously. So having a show take off like this, or not really setting up, or just doing it as a thing, like, oh, here's a thing I can do. It wasn't really like meant to go anywhere, and then it goes somewhere, and then now you've been using this email, and now you don't want to change it, or you don't even know that it's there, or what's going on. So the email is not a big deal, but I mean, as I said, personally, I'd change my mind. Really, my opinion on why Bob left TSN, uh, he's old. He was getting bored. Doesn't want to be on a schedule. The money helped, you know, reduction in money probably helped him kind of say, hey, I don't want to be on this Monday through Friday afternoon schedule, like he's still on a Monday through Friday schedule. Like, I don't even, does the Levyverse come on at the same time every day? I don't know. I haven't watched the Levyverse in ever. Not once. Oh, no, I have a few times. I don't even know if it comes on at a regular time, but I think it comes on like towards the mornings. So maybe he likes more doing it in the morning than the afternoon. Maybe he just didn't like the afternoon. Whatever. I think he's just old. He's done it before. Listen, Miserable Man started in, I think, like 2006. Okay. So he's been doing a show with Shuli and Mike and a bunch of other people for like nearly 20 years. Okay. Like after Miserable Man, and Shuli left Howard, and then he started the BS show. When was that? Like during the pandemic? I don't know. I don't know when BS started. Doesn't matter. And then they do Rico, and Rico actually takes off, and they're making money, and they're doing good. And then now Rico's kind of slowing down. I admit, I've over the last year, I have been really watching live. I mean, you probably see I've donated a couple of times, kind of slowing down. And then the end of the year here in December, John was actually doing interesting things. I think he did a few things in November. It doesn't matter. Makes no difference. Sorry, I'm being distracted by all the stuff around me that you can't see because, oh no, that's the planet right there, but it's the dark side. I can see the planet. Anyway, whatever. Where was I? Doesn't matter. I think Bob was just bored. He's old. He's bored. He's making good money. Stop making good money. It's kind of like, like, it was cool while I was making the money, but now I don't want to do it anymore. I think it's just Bob just doesn't want to do it anymore. He doesn't want to be on a schedule. He doesn't want to be on somebody else's schedule, I think is what it is. He doesn't want to do a daily show. I mean, he does a daily show, but he doesn't want to have to do a daily show. I think what it is. He doesn't want to have to do a daily show at this time. And then, maybe he doesn't want to do a morning show at this time, a daily show, or an afternoon show at this time, possible emergency show afterwards. I think Bob just wants to go, I'm going to do a show today. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to have fun. And I mean, I'm assuming he's on a schedule. As I said, I don't watch Levyverse. Not because I don't like Bob at all. Bob's great. I just, there's too much. There's too fucking much going on with John. We got, the Dabbleverse. I'm also, check out the Sector every now and again. We got the Lolcal stuff. Although I stopped with the Lolcal stuff. It's Lolcal Live and its subsidiaries. It's just I don't think it's scripted, but it is definitely planned. If that makes any sense. It's very clickbaity. So I stopped watching that. And I'm all caught up on. I keep pointing over there because that's where the video player is. I got virtual screens all around me. I don't know. I guess that's it. Hey, chatted for 35 minutes today. Better than 8. I think I did a little bit better. Anyway, don't like or subscribe. I don't think I'm even at that. I don't think I'm at that level yet. I think I need to fix the camera here. I need to go more like, hold on. Okay. Can't get my hand away from. I'm on a Quest 3. For my hands to track, they got to be in front of the camera. Right about there is where they stop being in the camera. You see, I'm moving my left hand up and down. You can tell by my shoulder. There, just went away. So maybe focus the camera in a little bit more so that I'm not sitting like this. All up at the, although that does look like it's on a, oh, wait, left hand does look like it's on a arm, on the armrest there. It is not even close. In fact, I'm barely sitting on this cushion right now. Could probably scoot back a little. No, I can't because I'm wearing socks. And this is final floor. Anyway, I guess that's the end of the show. Fuck around in VR. I don't have a sign off. So goodbye.